Because one of the things that you tried your hand with was at tried Sattarbuksh.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
that situation? Because एक
So,
दफा मैं पाकिस्तान से जा
हाँ
चुका
हाँ
था.
हाँ.
I had left Pakistan in 2010 का end or something. And then I come back and then it was doing Hamburg each other, Sattarbuksh, and great, so Starbucks का सुना है तुमने? I was like, अच्छा, but it was people liked the humor in the situation, but they also liked the place itself, and then they also liked the mustache
Yeah,
straws,
yeah, yeah.
all of that. So where does that fit in?
So that's like one of my pride and joys.
Huh.
So that was basically a bunch of creative directors coming together and being like, let's do something cool.
अच्छा.
Again, these were all people I've worked with. One my creative director at Interflow was one of them. One of them was someone I am now working with, who
Hmm.
I've now started a company with.
Hmm.
So I was in this job that I hated.
Hmm.
And so I messaged my boss, my former boss, who I still call him my boss, Adnan Yusuf, shout out. So
Hmm.
सीख रही हूँ मैं, सीख रही
Yeah.
हूँ. So I messaged her, I was like, you know what, I'm dying.
Hmm.
I hate this and I'm going to resign and I don't have a backup. लेकिन मुझे घर से रोज निकलना है. I cannot tell people at home that I've quit my job
Wow.
and I cannot sit at home.
Yeah.
I'll
फिल्मों में
lose my
देखा है मैंने ये
yeah,
तो.
I
Yeah.
was like, I'll lose my mind.
Yeah.
So can I come and sit at your office every day and look for jobs? He's like, आओ मैं तुम्हें काम देता हूँ. So then I went and sat in his office and he's like, so this is what we're working on. We're starting a restaurant. And this is the idea ke hum basically what they it started from a joke where they were all sitting like, they're like Starbucks, हर वक्त Starbucks में एक Starbucks भी तो है पाकिस्तान में भी तो Starbucks है Starbucks.
Yeah.
And it started as a joke. So they were like, हमने restaurant decide कर लिया कि उसकी शक्ल कैसी होगी, ये कैसे होगा, logo हमने बना लिया है. And they had soft launched it on Facebook a year before that, which I had also seen. Like a year before that, someone sent me this Facebook page of this page called Sattarbuksh with this bearded man, and they were testing the waters. What is people's response? And it went viral. Us waqt, when it was just like this random stamped logo.
Hmm.
And so that proof of concept they got, and a year later they actually like brought it.
You didn't know it was them?
I didn't know it was them. So when he told me, I was like, oh my god, that was you guys. And he's like, yeah, that was us.
Hmm.
So he's like, अच्छा logo बन गया है, जगह रेडी है, सब कुछ है, शेफ ट्रेनिंग वगैरह हो गया है, ब्रांडिंग और ब्रांड पर्सनालिटी और टोन ऑफ वॉइस और वो बोलेगा किस तरह, वो किस तरह की बातें करेगा, उसकी पर्सनालिटी क्या होगी, किस तरह कौन सी लैंग्वेज में बोलेगा, ये सब हमने नहीं किया. So can you do that? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So that's where the hybrid Urdu, English, Punjabi persona of Sattarbuksh came. That's where the humor came. I am the man with the mooch.
Yeah.
So I would manually write all the posts.
अच्छा.
I would come up with all the sort of, if and I was like, as a policy, we're going to address even the bad things that happen in Pakistan, in Karachi. If there was a bomb explosion, we would have a moment of silence in the restaurant. We would put it up on our Facebook. We were like, yes, it's a restaurant, but we're building a community here. And that really helped because we got sent a legal notice by some small agency in here in Pakistan that keeps an eye out for Starbucks, and they must have been like chuli kar di ki yahan pe khul gaya hai. And so Starbucks sent this legal notice that you're pretending to be us, and
But not really.
I mean, we weren't
Like, who would look at Sattarbuksh and be like, "Oh, this is..."
Well, so that's when we we lawyered up, and the lawyer was like, nobody here even likes coffee.
Yeah.
Like, like, please, we drink tea. Why would we like shoot ourselves in the foot? But also, the guys were like, what should we do? And I was like, guys, we should put this up on Facebook. So like I took a screenshot of like the legal notice, and then on drone attacks बहुत हो रहे थे और Obama के बहुत हो रहे थे. So I was like, another US intervention, blah 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 blah, and people like really got emotionally invested in that. We had lawyers being like, do you need pro bono lawyers?
Right.
And but all we wanted was like this sense of community for people to be like, yeah, you're not Starbucks, you're Sattarbuksh.
Yeah.
You're us.
Yeah.
So people really owned it. But that was that, and and I think the concept was stronger than the actual restaurant. The concept and the marketing and the branding was stronger than the restaurant, because we had students from like different universities in like Canada and America reaching out and be like, can you give us more information? We're doing a case study on this. We had, publications like BuzzFeed and, Arab News and a lot of like Times of India reaching out and wanting to write about it. और फिर थोड़े अरसे बाद एक और वो कि some Twitter troll like वो जो परेश रावल some parody account made fun of हर थोड़े अरसे बाद किसी को लोगो मिल जाता है और फिर वो Starbucks के लोगों के साथ लगा के oh my god look at these Pakistanis cheap
Right.
rip-offs.
Right.
It's like get the joke.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everyone thinks they're so smart. So he posted this and like we have this WhatsApp group. So the guys were like, what should we do? We should give him like a piece of our minds. And I was like, that's not how Twitter works, you guys.
Yeah. Because you're also very early on Twitter.
Yeah, so so I mean you too. We've all हम पैदा हुए थे Twitter के साथ हमारी personalities.
Yeah.
So I was like, guys, that's not how Twitter works. You don't fight on Twitter. You like tease.
Yeah.
आप तीली को तीली ही लगाएं.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, and you know what? So Adnan, one of the partners, had this idea. Okay, why don't we like make this fun and why don't we create this pizza that is like cheese pizza on one side and beef pizza on one side,
right.
और एक पे पाकिस्तान का झंडा, एक पे इंडिया का झंडा.
Right.
And so I took a picture of that. So we made that and we took a picture and then I responded to him on Twitter. I was like, "Bhai, parody okay, parody नहीं समझे?
Yeah.
लो LOC pizza खाओ."
Yeah.
And like that went viral.
Right.
And then
right,
BuzzFeed again wrote about us.
Yeah.
So it's just about like it was a bit opportunist and knowing how the internet works.
Yeah.
And knowing how Twitter works,
Right.
where you know